shackles is broken, no holding me down. Had to humble myself, I was getting too proud. Really thought I was lit with a couple of thousand. Money used to be something, I don't care about it now. Ain't the type to be fake, I won't hang with the crowd.
What's good, YouTube? I'm back at y'all with another video. 2024 is gonna be your year. I'm gonna talk a little bit about how you can make the best of the year, how you can make the best of this month, and how you can do what you gotta do to reach the goals and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. All right, so first and foremost, you gotta have some type of direction. I feel like the biggest problem that most people have, they don't know what they want, where they want to go, or what it is that they really want out of their lives. Yeah, so the biggest thing is having direction and knowing what you want to do. You can't get somewhere if you don't know where you're going. And I feel like a lot of people don't know where they want to go or don't have the right idea of what it is that they want in their life. You're trying to do a lot of different things, trying to be here, be there, be here. It's good to know a little bit about a lot, but when it comes to wealth creation or just bettering your life, you have to know what it is that you want. What is that? What are those goals that you have? You have to have a goal with everything. You could learn a little bit about a lot, but even learning that little bit, there still has to be a goal in place. Like, what is it that you want to learn? How long are you going to spend learning this thing? What are you going to do to learn this skill or to get this information? How long is it going to take? These are things that you have to know, you have to understand in order to get to that next level. For me, I could personally talk about a fitness journey, weight loss journey, or whatever you want to call it, or just like a transformation or a body transformation. For me, I started to transform my body and really work out, exercise heavily, and get back into fitness heavily towards the beginning of 2023. 2022, I wasn't in the best shape. I had gained some weight, in my face had got fat. I didn't have any abs. My arms got a little bigger. Like, so what I decided to do was I decided to do some research. I started watching certain YouTube videos that were related to what it is that I wanted. I wanted to start to eat better. I wanted to start to work out more. I wanted to start to improve my health. So what I did was I started to do research. I started to follow people who had knowledge, had wisdom in these spaces. And I started to implement the things that they were teaching. I started to do my own research, see how this worked for me, see if it made sense, and put my own thought process to it. I didn't just follow what other people were saying because you still have to be a critical thinker. You have to think for yourself. But the biggest thing, honestly, is just being able to find the information and know where you want to go and also have intention in what you do. For me, it was like, all right, I'm gonna lose weight. There was at a point where I was only eating fruits and vegetables. I had lost a lot of weight, but I was working out at the same time, so I didn't lose weight and get frail. I built a lot of lean muscle, and I dropped off all the fat that I had. That's when I had that quick transformation where like I had no abs, and then the next month I had a six pack. The six pack is there. I want y'all to understand that it's there, especially if you do core. It's there, but you're not gonna see it if you're eating fast food and eating all this fatty food all the time because it's underneath all that fat. You got to get rid of the fat for the six pack to show. So it's the same thing with everything. It's layers. You have to break down those layers. You have to break down those blocks, those barricades to get to what it is that you want in life. It's the same thing with this. To see that muscle, you got to break down that fat. You have to break down the fat that's covering up the muscle that you have underneath. And in order to do that, it's going to take work. It's going to take progress. It's going to take progression. It's going to take patience. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take consistency. But in the end result, you're going to have something great, something that a lot of people don't have. Everyone should have, but everyone doesn't have because of the things that I just said. Everyone doesn't have patience. Everyone isn't consistent. Everyone isn't disciplined. Everyone doesn't want progress. So you have to stay down until you come up. That saying, stay down until you come up, is crucial. It's so crucial. It's not just a saying, it's real life. So the biggest thing for me, as I said, was I transitioned to basically a fruit fast for like a month. I was only eating fruit and vegetables. I didn't eat any type of meat. I mean, I still don't uh drink dairy right now. I'm not perfect. I have my days where I eat things that I shouldn't be eating. and I still eat meat sometimes. At one point, I wasn't, even after the fruit fast, I wasn't eating meat at all. I kind of broke that, and then I've been mixing it in here and there, also because of just certain things. Like for me, I still have struggles with meal prepping and making sure I got the foods that I need to eat throughout the day. So that's the biggest thing, is the implementation that I'm still figuring out myself, and that it's gonna take time for anything that you're doing. You have to figure out a routine, you have to figure out a strategy and a plan to get the things done that you need to get done. So I'm still figuring it out myself, but I'm still in better shape than most people. Um, I mean, if there was a statistic, I'm pretty sure I would be in better shape than most people that you see on the regular. And that's just because of the fact that even though I'm not perfect and I'm not doing everything perfect, I'm still doing what needs to be done. While there's some things that need to be tweaked, some things that need to be removed and fixed, I'm still working. People think that consistency or growth is this one way trip up to the top. No, it's gonna be ups, downs. It's gonna be pauses. It's gonna be dips, big dips where you fall back down and right back to square one. Like it's gonna be like that. When I started this journey, I was working out heavy, and then I had like a period where I wasn't working out that much. I was missing a few weeks here and there. I was being a little inconsistent, and that's also, we have to understand, consistency doesn't mean 100% every day. One day you might be 100%. One day you might be 80%. One day you might be 50%. One day you might be 40%. It's just getting what needs to get done. You're not gonna always have that 100% energy that you have one day. You're not gonna always want to do it. But if you do the things that need to get done on the days when you don't want to do them, nothing can stop you. Having that discipline is the most important thing, and it's the mental work. Mental work is the most challenging thing, because to think is something that most people don't want to do. We have a brain for a reason. You have to think. We were put here to create. We're creators. Literally, we can produce life. So if you can produce life, you can produce anything that you put your mind to. But it's just the work that you're gonna put in. Having a child is not easy, especially not for a woman. And for a man, that whole 9 months, he might not be carrying that baby, but that 9 months, he got to mentally prepare himself to have another human being in this world that he has to account for, provide for, and provide a household for. Like, that's not simple. A woman has to go through all those physical, emotional, and mental struggles and battles, gaining weight, not feeling how she felt before she was pregnant, having a whole nother human being and having to eat extra food for two, and going to the doctor, having a belly check, like cramps, the baby kicking, and then not to even talk about birth. Like, everything we do in life comes with a challenge. Nothing beautiful comes without darkness. No light comes without darkness. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. You got to go through that tunnel. You got to go through that storm. You got to go through those struggles to get to where you're trying to be. And I've been learning that so much these last few months. And I just want to be able to get on here and share different things with y'all and have these conversations, because I feel like too many people are artificial online and like just want to say what sounds good or entertain. Don't really want to have real conversations and sit down and talk about certain stuff. That's what this page is going to be about for me. I call my page Zeta Visionary for a reason. I want y'all to be able to see how I think. I want y'all to be able to see why I move the way I move, and like just a different aspect of certain things. Like, I don't want this to be, oh, it's just an entertainment page. To just like, there's gonna be stuff that I'm gonna show. I'll show when I travel. I'm gonna show entertainment things, vlogs and stuff like that when I'm with the guys. But this is really for deep thinkers. This is really for people who want to change the situation, people who want to have conversations like this, want to engage and talk about different topics. Like, this is what I'm doing this for. I've dropped whatever I dropped. I've dropped 3 videos now. Um each one was different. I feel like right now my biggest focus is putting my best foot forward in every video, trying to make it as unique and creative as possible. Like, I know a sit down is not hard to do. Like, anybody could go sit down and talk in front of a camera, but it's, what am I talking about? What information am I giving? Like, what plan am I putting out there for someone to implement in their life? I'm gonna be having some like goals that I'm gonna start putting up of topics that people might want to hear about or talk about, related to fitness and health, and how they can like start their fitness journey or their weight loss journey and just what is the best steps to take to get to that result. And just understanding that it's gonna take time. It's not gonna be right away. We all want that microwave finish. We want it to just be a few seconds, few minutes, and we just want the results. It don't work like that. It's compounding. Day one not gonna be like day 100. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna be like day 100. These people that y'all see online with all this success and all this wealth and money and riches, or this amazing body, they've been doing that for years. Didn't just happen. And those people that you see popping up, oh, I became rich in 90 days. They might have became rich in 90 days from whatever it is that they started, but they were putting in work before that with something else that they were doing that taught them something, to where they found that thing that really worked for them, and it blew up big. There's no overnight success at all. No overnight success, no overnight weight loss. There's no microwave model for any of this. It's work, 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 work. That's it. Work. And we all understand that. Everyone understands that, but it's that voice in your head that psychs you out every day when you're getting ready to do something. Like, I know everyone gets motivated sometimes, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna get this done. You go start doing it. Some tell you, man, you can do that tomorrow. You don't gotta do it right now. Do it tomorrow. And then you listen. You gotta understand that's the enemy in your head trying to stop you from being great. The enemy tries to block us from our blessings, tries to block us from our greatness. God created us to be great. He created us in his image and his likeness. We were not put here to be mediocre. We were not put here to be just a number in some company of thousands of people owned by some wealthy person that doesn't even know your name. Like, we were not put here to be that. We were put here to serve others, help others better their lives after we figure out our purpose, and turn that purpose into passion, and then turn that passion into products or services or whatever it can be. We have to be able to solve other people's problems by the skills and the gifts that we were given. Like, if you just gotta, I also just recommend, I know everyone isn't like a Christian, or everyone might not believe in God or Jesus, but I just highly recommend anybody to read the Bible. And you'll start to see how certain things just relate too much to the life that we live now, especially Revelations right now of what's going on in the world. But then if you just look at Jesus's journey throughout the world, when he was traveling and speaking and prophesying and saving people and healing sicknesses and different things like that, and giving to people, but also receiving, because he was giving so much and he was so wise and so like firm and what's the word I'm looking for? He was so like present, and he was like a light. Like, he stood out. You know what I'm saying? He had an aura and a spirit about him because of the fact that he was the son of God, and he was perfect. He was the closest that it could be to being perfect as a human, because of the fact that he was the son of God. So it shows that the service that you provide to others will then come back onto you. That's why in the Bible it says, give and you shall receive. They don't mean just give your money away. It means give something to someone else that is of value, that can help their situation or their life, and you will receive something for it. What you receive for it nowadays is money, whether that's paper money or a number on the screen. Back in the day, you provided some type of service or value to somebody, and they bought it with you. They gave you some type of food or something like that, or they came and did something for you in exchange for that. Nowadays we have money. So value or money is just what people value as an exchange of value. So because paper money turned into what we use as an exchange for value, when you go buy something, you're not buying because you're just buying. You're buying because you feel like it serves some type of purpose to you, whether that's some type of clothes or electronic car. They all serve a purpose. You wear clothes because you might like to look nice. You have to wear clothes. You can't go outside naked. That's public indecency. You get electronics. You get a phone because you need to be able to call people when you're not around them. You need to be able to check things. You need to be able to get alerts and messages from people that are not where you are. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You get a car because you need transportation. You need to get to work. You need to get to this place. So everything serves a purpose. So we have to find that purpose in our own life and see how we can turn that purpose into passion. Once you become passionate about your purpose, there's nothing that can stop you. Because once you're passionate and you know, like, this is what I'm here for, this is what I'm gonna do, doesn't matter how hard it gets, doesn't matter how long it takes, doesn't matter what blocks or setbacks or L's, because an L is really just a lesson. You gotta understand that you're gonna take L's. There's no growth without laws. There's no growth without laws. How can you know how or understand how to do something the right way if you don't do it the wrong way first? Like, think back to when we were children. You had to learn everything. You had to learn how to speak. Your first words were little words. You had to learn how to read. When you first started reading, it was like pauses. When you had to learn how to write, your lines wasn't straight. They had to have the checkered lines with the letters so you could learn how to write the letters straight. Yeah, your muscle in your arm had to get stronger so you could write straight. Everything is development. We're always developing. We're always progressing. Life never stops progressing. We always have to get better. We always have to grow. We always have to increase our knowledge, our ability, and our capabilities. We can never just become stagnant. Once you become stagnant, you're dead. Once you become comfortable, complacent, you're dead. If you're not always growing and progressing and becoming better, you're dead. I don't mean dead physically. You're dead mentally, spiritually, and once you're dead mentally, spiritually, the next that follows is you're dead physically. Because you're gonna allow yourself to be led astray. And once you're led astray, it's over. Like, yeah, you could come back, but a lot of people that get led astray just fall deeper and deeper into that cycle, deeper and deeper into that rat race. Now you're stressed out, you're angry all the time. You're looking for superficial entertainment, artificial entertainment, things to distract you from the bad life that you're living. And that's why most people, almost 99% of people, live the way they live, especially in the United States. Everything might look glitter and glam, but in real life, a lot of people aren't living that good. A lot of people is paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people don't know how that next meal coming in. A lot of people struggling, and a lot of people are struggling because of the simple fact that there's so many distractions out there, so many things put out there to keep you from doing what you're supposed to be doing with your life. And that's why I block out and eliminate a lot of things. Like, I'm not telling nobody to not do certain stuff, but for me personally, I don't watch TV. I don't follow certain pages on social media. Shade Room, all that stuff, it's not on my page. I follow people that put out productive and positive content, things that can teach me something. Wise men, wise women that have done things that I want to do that I can learn from. YouTube, I watch YouTube videos. Don't really watch entertainment videos like that. The only entertainment videos I might watch is like basketball videos, and that's just because I love playing basketball. Besides that, it's all businessmen and businesswomen that have some type of knowledge in some aspect of something that I want to do. I want to learn some skill that I need to know, and that's what I consume. I don't consume all that other stuff. Music, I don't listen to rap music. I don't listen to none of that stuff. It all clogs your mind. You need to watch what you're consuming, not just through your mouth with food. You need to watch what you're allowing into your ears. You need to watch what you're allowing your eyes to see. All that affects your mind. All that affects your body. So you need to start with that first. If you don't start with the thing that you allow in, what you put out will be just as bad. The input dictates the output. If you're not putting in any work, you're not going to get anything out of it. If you're not planting any seeds, you're not going to get any fruit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not watering those fruit. You might plant some seeds and you forget about that seed. It's not going to sprout up. And if it do sprout up, the plant going to die. So it's like learning certain stuff is very important. I'm about to start learning about agriculture and permaculture and stuff like that because that's life. If you can learn about plant life, I feel like you can learn how to do anything. Gardening takes patience. That's one thing I give. I tip my hat off to God, to farmers and gardeners and whatever. The ones that do it the right way, not the ones that use all those chemicals and stuff. The ones that do it the right way, I tip my hat off to them because it takes patience, yo. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta really lock in and do what we gotta do. This is like the type of stuff that I like to do. I like to sit down and have these conversations. I really see my next step is making a podcast. I'm talking about like real life issues and things that need to be talked about and addressed in a certain way. It's gonna have controversies. It's gonna have certain things gonna be said that a lot of people might not agree with. That's just how it's gonna be. But I just wanted to make this video because the next few videos I'm gonna be planning out to do specific things. I'm gonna be taking you out to the gym with me and really talking throughout my workouts and explaining certain stuff. I'm gonna be taking you out on vlogs with me throughout my day when I start doing certain stuff, going to events, going to networking events, traveling and doing different things. Y'all are gonna see all of that on this channel as it starts to progress. It's gonna get better and better and better every time. And if it doesn't, I want to hear from y'all that it's not getting better. I want that criticism. I want that critiquing. I want all of it. Let me know. I hope what I said does something for somebody that watched this video. I hope that it impacted you in some way. It made you think. It kind of lit that fire underneath you, and not on no motivational stuff. Like it really made you realize, like, all right, I need to create a plan. I need to follow that plan. I need to implement it the right way, and start small. Don't go jump and try to do something that's gonna take a year and try to do it in a month. Start small with some small stuff. As simple as if you someone who don't wake up early in the morning, create a plan to wake up early in the morning. Go to sleep at a certain time. Turn your phone off before you get in bed, at least an hour before. Don't eat anything within like 2 hours before you gotta go to sleep. Go to sleep earlier. Like things like that. Start implementing little things like that. When you change your daily habits, the bigger things and the greater things follow, because everything is starts with the foundation. The foundation is how you live how you live daily, what your daily habits are. That's the biggest thing. So if you live a certain way in your regular life, how do you expect to accomplish certain stuff? How do you expect to make 6 figures, 7 figures? How do you expect to lose weight? How do you expect to build muscle? You feel what I'm saying? Like you can't do any of that stuff if you don't do the little things. So start with the little things. Study yourself. Become aware of yourself and the things that you do that are wrong. I have to do that. I'm still doing that now. I have to work on myself, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. I had to work on myself in every aspect. How I handle certain situations, how I handle conversations with people, confrontation, like my temper. I had to work on all of this stuff. It takes time, you know. It takes time. But take that time out and figure out what it is for you and what you got to do to change that. I recommend anybody who's watching this to go read Atomic Habits. That is one of the best books out there to if you want to change your habits. Atomic Habits, I believe by James Clear. Go read that. That will get you right. And if you want to learn how to start using your money the right way, go read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I know everybody's seen that. Do that. And read Think and Go Rich by Napoleon Hill. Read those 3 books. Implement what's in it. Don't just read it. Implement the things that are in it into your regular day life, and you'll start to see over time that you start to progressively get better. Your mindset is going to start to shift. When you have that mindset shift, certain things is going to be a turn off to you. You're going to start to look at certain stuff like, oh, I used to do that. You're going to start to look at certain people like, oh, you think like that, you move like that. And it's nothing against them because you don't know what you don't know. But when you start to know certain things and start to find out certain things that you didn't know before, when you see certain stuff, it's gonna be like a shock to you. Like, oh, this is really how people are living. This is really what I used to do. Like, it's just the blind. It's like you're blind. It's like nowadays it's the blind leading the blind. But the difference is the people that are leading the majority aren't blind. They have an agenda. They know what they're doing. The people that are following it are blind. The entertainment industry, the news, politics, it's all an agenda. It's a bigger agenda. They're influencing and they're impacting the younger generation. They're still impacting a bunch of adults because certain people dictate their lives off of famous celebrities and rappers and how they live. Social media and the certain norms and trends that's created on there. People are not living authentically. People are not living for themselves. People are not living for God. And when you're not living for God, you're living for the world. And when you're living for the world, you invite a lot of negativity and a lot of bad things into your life. But I don't want to go and ramble and go off too much on y'all. I done said a lot, but this is all I wanted to talk about today, y'all. I'm about to head out, about to go hoop, get some cardio in, and then work out. I got a late start to the day today, but nah, I'm getting to it no matter what. That's the biggest thing. No matter if you started your day late, if you woke up, you wasn't feeling it, get it done no matter what. Got 24 hours in a day, and at least 8 of those you sleep. And then you got to eat, you got to work. Make the most of the time that you do have when you're not doing those stuff. But I love y'all. I want to keep dropping stuff like this for y'all. I appreciate anybody that's tuning in, showing love, showing support, whether you liking, commenting, sharing. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I'm going to be dropping. I appreciate every subscriber. I appreciate every supporter. Like, y'all are family. And I really want to build with this. And when I blow up and when I get to that next level, y'all can say I've been here from the start. And I'm gonna make sure I always do things for those people around me outside of just dropping videos like this that help. I'm gonna make sure I provide things, I give back, and I do certain stuff, and that's to come with time. But I appreciate y'all. Just love y'all. Peace.